Good evening and welcome to Social Discourse, where we dig beneath the surface of credible matters that are prevalent in our society. I'm your host, Catherine. Today, we're talking about something that seems simple but is often misunderstood: transparency in relationships. Is it always healthy to be 100% transparent? What's the difference between honesty and over-disclosure? And how do you balance privacy and openness? Joining me today are two incredible minds: Dr. Jordan Miles, clinical psychologist, and Ava Chen, a communication coach who specializes in helping couples build verbal intimacy. Welcome, both of you.
Thank you, Catherine. It's a pleasure.
Glad to be here. This is a topic that's really close to my heart.
Let's start by defining terms. Jordan, from a psychological standpoint, what exactly is transparency in a relationship?
Great place to begin. Psychologically, transparency is about emotional openness and willingness to be seen your thoughts, feelings, intentions, even your insecurities. But it doesn't mean sharing everything at all times. True transparency is measured, mutual, and context sensitive. It's about trust, not confession.
So, it's not about blurting out every passing thought?
Exactly. That's emotional dumping, not transparency. Healthy transparency involves intention. It's about offering clarity where it deepens connection.
I love that distinction. In communication terms, I often tell couples, transparency is a gift, not a weapon. It's about creating an environment where vulnerability can be met with compassion, not criticism.
Ava, what are some of the key benefits you see in relationships where transparency is practiced well?
It builds emotional safety. When partners feel they can speak openly without fear of judgment or retaliation, they tend to deepen their bond. It also reduces misunderstandings because so many arguments are based on assumptions rather than facts. Transparency eliminates that guesswork.
There's also a neurological benefit. Research shows that couples who are emotionally transparent show lower levels of cortisol, the stress hormone, during conflict. That means their bodies literally feel safer with one another.
Fascinating. So the body reacts to honesty with calm, not chaos, assuming the relationship is healthy enough to support it. But let's look at the flip side. Is there such a thing as too much transparency?
Definitely. For example, constantly confessing every fleeting attraction to another person might seem honest, but it can create insecurity and erode trust. That's where we need to differentiate privacy from secrecy.
Right privacy is your inner world. Secrecy is what you hide to avoid consequences. The line is subtle but critical. You have a right to your own thoughts. Transparency becomes toxic when it's used to control, offload guilt, or shift emotional labor.
Would you say transparency should be invited, not demanded?
Absolutely. Forced transparency often masks insecurity or control. Real openness thrives in a space where both partners choose to reveal themselves.
Let's get practical. How can couples build a healthy culture of transparency?
Start with daily check-ins, simple questions like, "What's something you felt today that you didn't say out loud?" That trains emotional self-awareness and opens the door to deeper connection without pressure.
I also recommend what I call meta conversations, talking about how you talk. Ask, do you feel safe being honest with me? Is there anything you're holding back because you're afraid of how I'll respond? This brings unconscious patterns to light.
So creating transparency isn't just about what you say, but how safe you make the space for saying it.
Exactly. It's a shared responsibility.
In conclusion, what are some red flags that transparency is being misused?
If you're constantly walking on eggshells, that's a problem. Also, if your partner uses your vulnerability against you in fights or manipulations, that's weaponized transparency and it's emotionally abusive.
Or if you feel compelled to disclose just to avoid conflict, that's not openness, it's fear. Transparency should be freeing, not performative.
Powerful. Any last words of advice?
Transparency is an art, not a checkbox. Learn each other's emotional language and grow in trust day by day.
And remember, real intimacy isn't about being perfect or totally exposed. It's about being known, accepted, and evolving together.
What a rich conversation. Thank you, Dr. Jordan Miles and Ava Chen, for shedding so much light on the complexities of transparency. And thank you, listeners, for joining us today. If you liked this episode, subscribe and share. Until next time, stay curious, stay kind, and keep it real.